he may consume.
The gentleman from Rhode Island is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding. 5 years ago, 49 people were murdered in a violent, hate-filled mass shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Orlando, the Pulse nightclub. And I thank Congressman Soto for his leadership and our colleagues, Congresswoman Murphy and Congresswoman Demings. I, too, had the opportunity to go to the site and to read the beautiful notes written about the young lives that were taken that night. And the very special place that Pulse was. I was, in fact, in Florida this weekend with Barbara Poma, the owner of the Pulse nightclub, who is leading an effort to turn this site into not only a sacred place, but a museum, and shared with her what, for young LGBTQ people, nightclubs were and still are a place of sanctuary, a safe place where people can be themselves, where they go to dance, to be with friends, to share a sense of community. And that was all shattered by the brutality of the events of the evening in which this occurred. This shooting was an act of terror, an act of hate. It left the nation really grasping for answers. In the days that followed, we heard stories of incredible courage and bravery and resolve. But mostly there was unspeakable pain for those who lost someone in this attack. And although I pray that the passage of 5 years has brought some measure of relief, the truth is that their pain will never fully go away. And it's critical to designate this memorial today so that our country never forgets those who were lost. And you may, Congressman Soto will remember, we had on the steps of the Capitol a beautiful remembrance with full-size photographs of each of these young people who had so much to give and so much to offer, whose lives were taken that night. But in addition to remembering, it's also important that we take action and do everything we can to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Individuals that are convicted of hate crimes should never own a gun. And that's why I plan to reintroduce the Disarm Hate Act, to do just that. Because we know if you commit a hate crime, it often escalates, and those crimes become increasingly violent as time goes on. No American family should have to suffer because of the loophole that currently exists today. Let's disarm hate once and for all. But today we remember the 49 young lives lost at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Let's be sure that we designate this memorial officially so that everyone will know the story of what happened to these young people who were killed because they were in a place of sanctuary and safety and community, but because they were members of the LGBTQ community or allies. So I thank again the gentleman for yielding, for his incredible leadership on this issue, and urge all my colleagues to vote yes. And with that, I yield back.
Gentleman from